Good morning, CC families. This is cycle 3, week 20, and we are going to start with English this morning. We are talking about an independent clause. So I have these books I've made for my kids, like I've shown in my other videos. I have 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds now. And so I like to have them do some writing practice. This one's a little bit longer, but I'm going to challenge my kids and have them write an independent clause. Depending, some of them are younger, so I, might write independent for them, but then have them try to write clause depending on their level. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to teach them a song to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. And it goes like this. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. And then I give them a sticker to put on their book at the end. And so at the end of the 24 weeks, they'll have 24 or more stickers. So that is what we're going to do for English this week. For timeline this week, I have my timeline cards. I put the first letter of each event on each card just because I have little kids and it helps them identify them. So I'm going to have them hidden around the room before class starts. So I'm going to say, okay, go find 1 or 2 timeline cards depending on how many kids there are, and then come back to your seat as soon as you find them. So they'll run around, try to find them hidden around the room, come back to their seat, and then I will sing the timeline song in order. And when we get to each person's card, I'll have them go hang it up on the wall. I have 7 pieces of painter's tape on the wall. So they'll hang it up in the right position. And then once they're all on the wall, I am going to give my little timeline cards out. So I will link below where I find these on CC Connected, but I love them, they're cute, and the kids love them because they're little. So I make a set for each kid and I laminate them, but you wouldn't even have to do that. And so I give each kid a set of them and I say, okay, you can see the big timeline cards on the wall over there. I want you to try to get these in the right order by looking at the ones at the wall. And to spice it up a little bit, I got these mini hands from Amazon. They're only like $6, I think, and I think they're really cute and I'll use them for other things. But I'm gonna give them each a pair of these mini hands because it comes in a bag with a bunch of them. So I'm going to give each kid 2 and be like, you can only put the cards in order by using your mini hands. So see if you can move them around the table, get them in the right order, but you can only use the mini hands, and just have them have fun with that. Then once they get them in the right order, then we'll sing the song again, and they can tap to each card in order with their mini hands again as we sing it. And then we'll go over the hand motions. I usually have the kids go stand in front of the big timeline cards that are on the wall. Just kind of pick a card to stand under. And then we go over each hand motion together. So the hand motions this week. First, Australia becomes a commonwealth. This one's fun. It's like a kangaroo hopping with your middle finger and thumb. So Australia becomes a commonwealth. Mexican Revolution, so we kind of make like a mustache, Mexican, and then move our R's like this. Mexican Revolution. And then World War I, so WW1. World War I and President Wilson, like his glasses. And then Lenin and the Bolshevik. Revolution in Russia. Then we kind of put our hands on our hips down here like this, just kind of for Russia. And then U.S. Evangelist, we're gonna go like that because he's a preacher. U.S. Evangelist, Billy, and then Graham for G. And then Modern Period of the Arts, and then kind of like that for Modern Period of the Arts, for the arts part that's kind of random. And then the Great Depressions, we're gonna push down. And then the New Deal, like that. So that is timeline this week. For geography this week, we're talking about canals. So for my kids, just because they're younger, I highlight the canals on the map for them ahead of time. I give each of these to the kids during class. And I got a kind of a tub of little plastic fishies from Amazon, different fish and crabs. So he's upside down, but so the last few weeks I've been giving my kids one of these, and they get to take one home because I have a bunch of them. But they're gonna point to their different canals with their fishy, or there's crabs in there too. So first, Erie Canal, so the blue one, Erie Canal, and then we'll jump to our Pennsylvania Canal, and then Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, Ohio and Erie Canal, and Miami and Erie Canal. And I'm gonna teach them to a song to the tune of Low Bridge, the Erie Canal song, very appropriate, right? So it goes like this. Erie Canal, Pennsylvania Canal, Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, Ohio and Erie Canal, Miami and Erie Canal. So one more time. Erie Canal, Pennsylvania Canal, Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, Ohio and Erie Canal, Miami and Erie Canal. And then I like with my fish, up on my board, I might say, oh, my fishy's swimming along the green one. Who remembers what the green one's called? Remember, it was Ohio and Erie Canal. Good job. And now he's swimming on the orange one. The orange one was Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. So you can kind of have them guess as they, or you could have them be like, okay, you choose one the fish is gonna swim along. Let's see if the rest of the class can guess it. So lots of fun things you can do with that. That is geography this week. For math this week, we are doing circumference of a circle. I have this printout from Kimberly. I'll link below where I get her stuff, but love her stuff. I'm gonna put this on my board. And we'll talk about how the circumference, last week we talked about area, which is inside the circle. We'll talk about circumference is along the outside of the circle, the distance on the outside. So I'm gonna bring my hula hoops in again. And we're going to do some fun actions as we sing the geometry song. So I have these action cards like push-ups, horse gallop, pencil jumps, etc., sprinkler. And so I'll give each kid a card, an action card, and then we'll rotate what action we do as we sing our geometry song and do that action around the hula hoop. So I don't know if I said geography. I'm going to say geometry song. So I'm going to sing the whole song, and the end of the song will be the circumference part. So it goes like this. Geometry, geometry, let's learn some geometry. The area of a rectangle equals length times width. The area of a square equals length of the side squared, s squared. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. The area of a circle equals pi times the radius squared. The circumference of a circle equals 2 times pi times the radius. Geometry, geometry, let's learn some geometry. So that is math. I'm also going to give them this coloring page from Etsy to take home or color during review today. So that's math this week. For Latin this week, we are continuing to translate John 1 through 7. And this week we are doing John 1:6. So it's fuit homo missus a Deo. There was a man sent from God. And I like to color code it on my board so they can see what Latin goes with which English. So fuit and bear will both be purple. Homo and man will both be red. Missus and sent will both be green. A and from will both be orange. And Deo and God will both be blue. So I will sing through the song. From our community, we're doing this song in hand motions. We're going to do it for the end of the year ceremony for all the parents and families. So I'm just working hard with my kids on getting the words and hand motions down, and we're keeping it at that. So I'll link the video where I get this. I would watch her. I'm rusty and still trying to get it down, so bear with me. But for this week, we are putting our hand on our heart for Fuit Homo, and then Missus Adeo will point up to God. But I will sing the song from the beginning, and again, you can watch the video I link below. It goes like this. In principio erat verbum, in the beginning was the word. Et verbum erat apud Deum, and the word was with God. Et Deus erat verbum, and the word was God. Hoc erat in principio apud Deum, this was with God in the beginning. Omnia per ipsum facta sunt, all things were made through him. Et sine ipso factum est nihil, and without him nothing was made. Quod factum est, that was made. In ipso vita erat, in him was life. Et vita erat lux hominum, and his life was the light of men. Et lux in tenebris lucet, and his light shineth in the darkness. Et tenebrae eam non comprehenderent, and the darkness comprehended it not. Fuit homo, Missus Adeo, there was a man sent from God. So that is Latin this week. For history this week, we're talking about Brown versus Board of Education. So I have my printable from Kimberly, I'll put on my board. And first I will play the song. Since it's a classical conversation song, I can play it in class. And we will kind of march around the table, and I'll give them these shaky eggs because that goes to the song a little bit. And we'll shake our egg as we listen and sing along to the song so they can hear it the correct way a few times. And then I'll do some silly words. So it goes like this. Take my breath. In 1954, in Brown versus Board of Education, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the segregation of public schools by race is unconstitutional. Boom, boom. So I'll have them do that around the table a few times, just get them up and moving. And then I'm gonna bring my puppet Kermit in just to spice it up a little bit and say, okay, Kermit is gonna try to sing the song, but Kermit might mess up a little bit and say some silly words in there. So if you hear a silly word from Kermit, raise your hand. So, in 1954, in clown, no, not clown, what should it be? Oh, brown Kermit, it should be brown. Okay, sorry. Let's try again. In 1954, in Brown versus Board of Imagination. Oh, what should it be? Not imagination, it should be education. Oh, okay. So, and then I'll keep going. And like you can see, I'll start from the beginning of the song and do it correctly into the next silly word. And if you have any kind of puppet, which is the kids love puppets. So, instead of, supreme, I did ice cream. And then instead of segregation, I did celebration. And then instead of race, I did face. And instead of unconstitutional, I did latitudinal. So again, I go through, and each time I hit a silly word, they'll tell me what the right word is, and then I'll start over again, do it the correct way until the next silly word, so they're hearing it the right way a lot of times. And I like to just sing it so they can hear the tune and kind of get used to that too. So that is history this week. Oh, and I also have this coloring page from Etsy that I'm gonna give the kids too. For science this week, we are learning the heavens declare the glory of God and the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19:1. So first, I am going to teach them this song that goes like this. What do the heavens declare? The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19, verse 1. What do the heavens declare? The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19, verse 1. So that's the tune I'm going to sing. I'm going to shout. I got that idea from YouTube, this father and son who the father sings guitar. I don't know the name, but I love their songs. They're really cute. So I got the idea from that. And then I'm going to hand out some of my silly voice sticks. My kids just love these. I just write different silly voices on them. So like this one says slow like a sloth, or close eyes, or pouty, super smiley. I think I looked up one time like different silly voices and just wrote them on sticks. So I have the kids choose a popsicle stick with a silly voice, and we will sing the song to their different silly voices. So like pouty, what do the heavens declare? The heavens declare, etc. So they love that. It's fun, especially at the end when they're kind of tired and, you know. And then for science, and then as we bleed on to review, and I'm gonna play some review songs from the past couple weeks, I'm gonna have them do this little puzzle. So this is an Etsy coloring page. I'll link below where I found her stuff, designs by Amy. So I'm going to print that on cardstock, and then I cut it, and I'll link below where I got these little puzzle templates for like $2, but you could just do it yourself. But there are these different puzzle templates if you want to print that to the back of it and cut it. But so I'm going to give my kids these different pieces of that and have them put it together. And it looks like this, and glue it on a piece of construction paper, and then they can color it. And I thought that would be a fun way to just give them something a little bit more low-key to work on at the end so they can wind down a little bit. I also have this printable from Kimberly I'll put on my board. But then I put like every week's songs that we do I have a playlist on iTunes for each week. So as they're doing their puzzle and kind of coloring it, I will play back through some of the past few weeks to review. And then for presentations this week, I'm going to have them share about how to play a game that they like, or any kind of game that they want to share about, whether it's a board game or just like a hide and go seek game or something like that. And they're going to teach the rest of the class how to play it. So that is week 20. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll link the stuff that I referred to below. And have a great week.